PBS.
Local telecast of the PBS NewsHour is provided in part by
the New Mexico Humanities Council, seeking to understand who we were, who we are, and who we hope to be. The New Mexico Humanities Council, proud to support public and interpretive programs throughout New Mexico.
All cast to places.
Lynn didn't say I was writing a show. Lynn said I'm writing a song.
I worked on it for about a year.
When you told us, I'm going to do a rap about Alexander Hamilton, we said, well, good luck with that. Right?
Our show opened on Tuesday and the world blew up.
I have more than once compared Lynn to Shakespeare.
I knew that Hamilton was going to change my life.
Hamilton is somewhere going, thank you.
Sunday at 8 p.m. on KRWG-TV.
Party like it's 1844 with the cast and creators of the masterpiece drama Victoria. Go behind the scenes of Season 2, hear exclusive cast interviews. Please join us for our Victoria after party.
Sunday at 7 p.m. on KRWG-TV.
At a recent KRWG coffee visit, we talked with KRWG fans about why they value public media.
Public radio and public media keep me in touch with the rest of the world.
Depending on what's going on, some of the things like Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me can be hilarious.
Prairie Home Companion, that's one of our favorites.
Become a member online at krwg.org or call 1-888-922-5794.
I support KRWG because it offers such a variety of programming. We have unbiased news to educational shows for children that also entertain them. My favorite radio programs are talk radio, and I never thought I would like talk radio. Some of the ones that I really enjoy is This American Life and Wait, Wait. And one day I discovered that there was a TED Radio Hour, and I love TED Talks. I like Austin City Limits because I enjoy listening to different types of music, and those live performances are always energetic and exciting. If you're watching right now and you have not donated, why not?
Watch the KRWG Music Spotlight and other local programs anytime at krwg.org.
Local support for a portion of today's programming is provided by Wells Fargo. Our support of Aggie students goes beyond just banking. By supporting NEWS22, we're giving back to the community. Wells Fargo. Together, we'll go far.
Tonight on NEWS22, more celebrity guests flock onto the Las Cruces International Film Festival.
Women take to the streets for marches across the nation.
And Latino Week is in full swing here at NMSU.
All that and more on NEWS22 Thursday.
Serving southern New Mexico, this is the award-winning KRWG-TV NEWS22. Where news matters.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Stephanie Muñiz.
And I'm Mike Vigil. Students, faculty, and staff came out today for one of many conversations called Teach-Ins.
The idea behind the Teach-Ins is to inform students and staff about the resources and rights they may have in relation to immigration status, nationality, and gender, to name a few of the themes. Today's talk featured a wide array of panelists from various departments, including NMSU Chief of Police Steven Lopez reassured the audience that the focus of NMSU Police Department is not to enforce immigration issues. Attendees say deportations and immigration questions are some of the main concerns on the NMSU campus.
So with the undocumented students, they're afraid that even those that have DACA status from the government, that someone may stop them and ask them for their status and they may deport them.
But the most important thing that you learn from here, that you know your rights and you can speak without any fear and without anyone catching you.
More than 50 people attended today's teach-in, and the gatherings will continue throughout the semester.
And during a crucial week in the battle to replace Obamacare, the Trump administration is facing controversy from elsewhere. They're facing questions about the president's so far unproven claims that he was wiretapped by former President Obama.
Scott McLean reports from Washington, D.C.
President Trump has not offered evidence to back up his bold wiretapping claim. He's also not getting much backup from his vice president, who seemed to duck the question during a local news interview.
Yes or no? Do you believe that President Obama did that?
Well, what I can say is that the President and our administration are very confident that the congressional committees in the House and Senate that are examining issues surrounding the last election, the run-up to the last election, will do that in a thorough and equitable way.
The allegation stems from a series of presidential tweets Saturday morning, accusing former President Obama of wiretapping Trump Tower before the election. The White House press secretary says there's no reason to think the president is the target of an investigation that would warrant surveillance. He's asking Congress to get to the bottom of this.
Let the Senate do their job and the House, intelligence committees, and then report back to the American people.
At least two senators are also looking for answers.
And we sent a letter to the Department of Justice and the FBI asking them for any information that they may have used to obtain a warrant. All I can say is the country needs an answer to this.
Meanwhile, the leading Democrat on the House Intelligence Committee says Trump will be, quote, exposed if an investigation reveals his claims have no merit.
I think what Sean Spicer and the president wanted was to take this spurious claim and try to bury it in a closed hearing in the Intelligence Committee. We're not going to allow that to happen.
In Washington, I'm Scott McLean.
And it was another beautiful day in Las Cruces today.
It sure has been. Andres Valle is next with our weather.
It sure was a beautiful day here in Las Cruces. Right now, we're actually seeing clear skies. Temperatures at a warm 74 degrees. Winds coming from the southeast at 6 miles per hour. Humidity at a low 11%. Dew point at 21 degrees. And our barometer sits at 29.96 inches. As for today, we hit almost record high temperatures. We hit a high of 80 degrees, which is way above average for this time of year. We should be seeing around 69. And we woke up to 46 degrees. Like I said, we almost matched that record high temperature at 81 back in 1989. And the year 1964, we hit a low of 15 degrees. But we didn't see any rainfall on this beautiful sunny day. Stay tuned. I'll be back with more weather. But right now, let's take it back to Mike and Stephanie on the desk.
Senator Tom Udall cast his vote today. He says David Friedman should not be the U.S. ambassador to Israel. But despite Udall's opposition, Friedman's nomination still advanced by a 12-9 vote. He says Friedman has extreme positions when it comes to Senate members and even prominent Jewish organizations. He also says Friedman represents a break in U.S. foreign policy. In past decades, the U.S. supported a two-state solution when it comes to Israel. Friedman called the two-state solution an illusory solution for a non-existent problem. His nomination now goes to the Senate executive calendar.
The hemp plant is valued for its oil, seeds, and fibers, and 31 states have approved its use for research and development. But Governor Susana Martinez has vetoed Democrat-supported bill that would create a hemp research program here in New Mexico. There is a more restrictive bill coming from Democratic Senator Cisco McCorley that McSorley says addresses his concerns raised by Martinez's administration 2 years ago about potential conflict with federal law. McSorley's bill would also provide police training.
After a landslide vote of 32-4, New Mexico's Department of Energy, Minerals, and Natural Resources has a new leader. Former oil and natural gas industry executive Ken McQueen has been confirmed to lead the department. McQueen was nominated for the position by Governor Martinez. He's been praised by lawmakers for his technical knowledge of the oil and gas development. But he's already caused some controversy. He says a giant cloud of greenhouse gas over the state is not man-made. During a confirmation hearing, McQueen says the cloud's been there for millions of years. This contradicts recent scientific evidence and NASA research. Recently released photos show a methane hotspot right above the Four Corners area. McQueen says this is due to natural underground seeps and coal mining operations. Environmentalists quickly spoke out against McQueen. One group called his statements patently false.
New Mexico State Police are preparing for nuclear waste return. Carlsbad Waste Isolation Plant will start to receive nuclear deposits again. State police will have to examine motor vehicles to check for radiation leaks, undergo hazardous waste training, and learn how to inspect radioactive loads. Trucks transporting waste to the facility must be deemed completely defect-free in inspections. The exact date for the shipments has not been finalized.
Governor Susana Martinez signed 2 bills today. They are meant to encourage business development by expanding internet access across the state. House Bill 60 will spur broadband development across the state. The bill will reduce the cost of new broadband networks through a partnership between local lawmakers and internet providers. House Bill 113 will create a statewide broadband network to make providers interested in investing. Senate Democrats have been focusing on expanding high-speed internet throughout the legislative session.
Hundreds of residents from Santa Fe gathered at City Hall. The council asked residents on their input on imposing tax from sugary beverages. All of the funds generated through the additional tax would go to early childhood education programs. The proposal would add a 2-cent an ounce tax on sweetened beverages. The meeting had speakers from parents, educators, and dentists talking about the benefits of the tax. Other members of the community do not agree with the proposal and urge people to delay the vote and find another way of funding. There's still no final decision on the proposal, but there will be a special voting on May 2nd. The Doña Ana County Sheriff's Department now has an app for your cell phone. The app will help keep residents informed by sending out press releases, bulletins, and alerts. It also has an event calendar. It allows users to directly contact the department by submitting tips on crimes or wanted subjects. It is designed to assist the two-way communication between the department and Doña Ana residents. The app can be found on iTunes, Google Play, and Windows app stores by searching Doña Ana County Sheriff.
And there's a good reason you may have seen a lot of people wearing red yesterday. It was International Women's Day, and it was marked with loud protests calling for change.
Diane Gallagher has more on the message marchers that are seeking out.
Stand up, fight back! Say it loud and proud.
This is what feminism looks like.
Across the country and the globe, women are standing up, shouting out, shattering symbolic glass ceilings, and marching for women, celebrating International Women's Day.
Welcome to the United Nations observance of International Women's Day.
Highlighting a myriad of issues.
Women's rights and opportunities are consistently neglected and even under threat in all regions.
And celebrating female accomplishments. Still, this International Women's Day comes during a contentious political time.
Women's rights are under attack. What do we do? Stand up, fight back!
The organizers of January's massive Women's March on Washington have encouraged people to take part in a strike called A Day Without a Woman, asking women to wear red and stay home from work.
I think it's so important that we continue to do things like this, have these protests, have these resistance movements, so that they have no choice but to listen.
A handful of school districts in several states even closed for the day, citing the number of employees who called out. Now, President Trump sent a couple of supportive Women's Day tweets, and First Lady Melania Trump appeared at a female-focused luncheon. Democratic congresswomen showed solidarity, walking down the House steps together, all dressed in red. In Washington, Diane Gallagher.
Latino Week continues on campus today with Maricel Herrera giving a keynote speech. Now, Herrera has received many awards during her career, including a leadership award by the Phoenix Business Institute. She'll be talking and giving tips to NMSU students, faculty, and staff on how to be successful. Herrera is a founding director of the Arizona State University First Year Success Center.
To encourage Latino students here and professionals to keep their hope alive, to keep their sights high in terms of their goals. I know these are challenging times, but I hope to remind people of who we are como gente. We're luchadores, and we can be successful.
You have the opportunity to prove or to just let everybody know why we're actually here and break all the bad stereotypes and demonstrate how hardworking and just like amazing everybody is.
The Spanish?
Herrera has also written books, coaching books for women. The conference starts at 7 p.m. as this newscast ends at the NMSU Corbett Center. And stay tuned because Andres will be back with your national forecast.
And later, the Las Cruces Film Festival brought in a special guest. Find out who when NEWS22 continues.
Hi, I'm Edmundo Resendez, host of Fronteras, A Changing America. Each week on Fronteras, we discuss issues that are important to our community, issues that affect our daily lives. If you value the service KRWG-TV provides, help us reach our goal of $35,000 and 100 new members by pledging online at krwg.org during KRWG Spring Festival. It's a wonderful time to give. Pledging online only takes a couple of minutes and goes a long way in ensuring that KRWG-TV will be here for you when you need it most. Thank you.
The KRWG-TV public file is available to the public at 2915 McPhee Circle, Milton Hall, Room 117, on the campus of New Mexico State University. Regular business hours are from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. and 1 p.m. to 5 p.m., Monday through Friday. Files are also available online at stations.fcc.gov.
And welcome back. You're watching News 22 Thursday.
When news matters.
Daylight savings time starts at 2 a.m. on Sunday, and the Las Cruces Fire Department wants to remind you to change the batteries in your smoke detectors.
They recommend changing the batteries and testing your smoke and carbon monoxide detectors twice a year, now at the beginning and in November at the end of daylight savings time. When testing your detectors, press and hold the alarm's test button. If it rings or beeps loudly, it is working. The Las Cruces Fire Department says to never use candles or matches to test your alarms because repeated exposure to smoke can cause the alarm to fail during an actual fire. Calcium is necessary for strong bones, and it provides a variety of other health benefits. It's not just milk that provides a calcium boost. Several foods contain the calcium that you need to stay healthy.
In today's Health Minute, Kim Hutcherson reports on how much calcium women need daily and some good sources for it.
Calcium is necessary to build and maintain strong bones. And not just that, it allows your heart, muscles, and nerves to function properly. Doctors say calcium recommendations are different for women. According to the Mayo Clinic, the recommended amount of calcium for women ages 19 to 50 is 1,000 milligrams a day. For women over 50, that number is 1,200 milligrams daily. Calcium can be found in a variety of foods, including dairy products such as cheese, milk, and yogurt. Other options, dark green leafy veggies like broccoli, or try some fish with edible soft bones like salmon. And don't forget, your body needs vitamin D to absorb calcium. You can get vitamin D from sun exposure or fortified foods. Some other foods have it naturally in small amounts. The Mayo Clinic says the recommended allowance of vitamin D is 15 milligrams a day for most adults. For today's Health Minute, I'm Kim Hutcherson.
The Las Cruces International Film Festival rolled along today. Today, students got the chance to meet Brendan Fraser in the Corbett Center. Fraser has starred in several movies, including the 1999 hit The Mummy. He had a Q&A session where he gave young aspiring actors advice on following their dreams.
And I thought it was really neat. It was a really cool experience. And I'm glad that I got to experience it with my son, since he's a big fan of him as well. And his aspirations to be a director and an actor are really high. So I think it was really important for me to bring him tonight and have him experience this.
It was phenomenal. When I found out he was coming here, I work in an office that actually helped sponsor this. So when he found out he was coming, it was like, okay, I need to go. I don't care how. I just need to be there.
And Andres is next with the weather.gov national forecast.
Hey guys, let's take a look at our current temperatures across the beautiful nation. Right now in Lubbock, we're looking at 85 degrees, 86 in El Paso, 74 in Albuquerque, 80 in Las Vegas, 65 in San Francisco, and 47 in Seattle. In the Gulf Coast, we're looking at 79 in New Orleans, 84 in Tampa, 61 in DC, and 47 degrees in New York City. On our next map, we're going to take a look at some severe thunderstorms affecting the middle of the country. States such as Tennessee, Arkansas, and Missouri will be seeing some severe thunderstorms that will be including torrential downpours, possibility of hail, damaging winds, and isolated tornadoes. Cities such as Springfield, Little Rock, and Nashville are to be expected. Expect travel delays along the 55, the 44, and the 40. On the next map, we're going to take a look at as some storm systems moving into this weekend for the western part of the region. We have the jet stream moving on in over here along the coast, causing some severe storms for this area. As long as Arctic air moving in, causing some snow for places such as Idaho, Montana, and northern parts of Washington. Moisture from the coast will be moving in, causing some heavy rain as well along the coast. Cities such as Seattle, Portland, and Boise are to be affected by these storm systems. We're going to take a quick break, but I'll be right back with your New Mexico temperatures.
Welcome to an exciting new season of New Scandinavian Cooking, the international cooking series that explores Scandinavian cuisine, culture, and history.
Thursday at 2:30 p.m. on KRWG.
When these guns get put to good use, the Yanks won't know what hit them.
Emancipation is inevitable. You may not like it.
I don't like it. If I'm in any way responsible for derailing you...
I never said that was your fault.
All along you were leading him on. Those men are looking for evidence of murder.
Friday at 11 p.m. on KRWG TV.
Welcome back, guys. Let's take a look at our current temperatures across the beautiful state of New Mexico. Up north in Farmington, we're looking at 59 degrees, 56 in Gallup, 57 in Santa Fe, Albuquerque at 66, Clovis at 68, 69 in Socorro, Ruidoso at 60, Roswell at 73, 72 in Deming, and 74 in Las Cruces. For tomorrow, our expected highs, we tend to warm up. In Farmington, we're looking at a high expected at 71 degrees, 72 in Gallup, 68 in Santa Fe, Albuquerque at 75, Clovis 65, 79 in Socorro, 71 in Ruidoso, 80 in Roswell, and a nice warm 82 in Deming and 83 in Las Cruces. Let's take a look at our cities nearby. For tonight, in Alamogordo, we're looking at clear skies for tonight, a low of 64. High temperatures expected for tomorrow, 80 degrees. And TRC, we're looking at a low of 71 degrees for tonight, which is really warm for this time of year. Clear skies as well. A high of 82 degrees for tomorrow and sunny skies. Here up north in Silver City, we're looking at a low of 56 for tonight. Clear skies as well and sunny skies for tomorrow with a high of 74. And here in the City of the Crosses, we're looking at clear skies tonight. A low temperature expected at 43 degrees. Mostly sunny skies, clouds here and there, and a high temperature of a warm 83 degrees. I'll be back at the end of the newscast to take a look at your weekend with your 5-day forecast. But for right now, let's take it back to Mike and Stephanie on the desk.
Colorado and other states are seeing the early effects of wildfire season.
That's the first story in tonight's Southwest Minute.
Wildfires are burning in at least 5 U.S. states, forcing evacuations and taking at least 7 lives in the Midwest. Deadly wildfires burning in the Midwest have consumed more than 1 million acres in Colorado, Oklahoma, Kansas, and Texas. There are so many fires both out of control and prescribed burns that they can be seen from space. In Texas, some 325,000 acres have been consumed in the Panhandle. The suspect, identified as Michael LaPlace, is among those dead. LaPlace and his accomplice, Cheyenne Bigelow, are believed to have been high on meth at the time. Police say LaPlace tried to get money from his grandfather, and when he refused, police say LaPlace strangled him. LaPlace tried to do the same thing at another family member's home. One of the other family members and LaPlace were killed in a shootout. Check out this breathtaking scene. It's not an exotic world in the Star Wars universe. No, it's right here on Earth. It's a wildflower superbloom erupting in Southern California's Anza Borrego Desert State Park. Michael Zandi went out early Saturday to get this sunrise shot of the flowers. The park says the blooms will reach their peak soon. According to the Park Foundation, thousands of people visit every year to see the desert lilies, poppies, dune primrose, sunflowers, desert dandelions, and other flowers that dot the rugged landscape. For the Southwest Minute, I am Marlene Barraza.
It's a big game for the Aggies tonight.
Big game tonight, and here to tell us a little bit more is Jackie Loera with sports.
Thanks, guys. Coming up in sports, the WAC tournament kicked off today, and later, play of the day you don't want to miss. You can toss that remote because NEWS22 Sports is next.
Hi, I'm David Holt. Join me on the next Great Scenic Railway Journeys as we give you a little taste of some of the best rail adventures in North America. From elegant dinner trains, scenic steam trains, to the most luxurious rail liner in Canada.
Friday at 8 p.m. on KRWG TV.
You know any songs about drinking?
There was a time.
Return to the roots of country music with Travis Tritt.
That's right. Said I'm a bona fide dancing fool.
This stripped-down concert features the master showman performing hit after hit from his storied career.
I smell tiara, you be
Join us for Travis Tritt, A Man and His Guitar.
Saturday morning at 11 on KRWG TV.
This is KRWG TV News 22 Sports.
Welcome back. I'm Jackie Loretta, pitching you into your daily dose of sports news. Today, the Western Athletic Conference kicked off with the first men's basketball game. Utah Valley and Seattle U were the first to face off on the court, with Utah Valley taking the victory with a final score of 65-53. You can still tune in to watch your Aggies as they play against Chicago State right now. The Aggies are currently leading Chicago State 35-27. Depending on the ending score tonight's game, the Aggies will either face off against UMKC or UTRGV at 9:30 p.m. tomorrow. And don't miss News 22 Sports next week to update you on everything WAC tournament. The NM State's women's basketball team is headed to Las Vegas for the WAC tournament. After a 66-53 victory against Utah Valley, the Aggies will take on UMKC in the semifinals tomorrow at 1 p.m. Before the Aggies take on UMKC, they celebrated Mark Track's 100th career win after defeating Utah Valley. The Lady Aggies are dominating the Western Athletic Conference with a 14-0 record in WAC play. You can keep up with all the Aggie court action on ESPN, 91.5 FM KRUX, TuneIn Radio, and following Star Broadcast live stats. The NM State softball team travels to Las Vegas for the UNLV Rebel Classic. The Aggies are ready to break up their 9-game losing streak at the tournament this weekend. Their last victory was at the Troy Classic against DePaul with a final score of 8-1. Over the next 3 days, the New Mexico State Aggies are set to take on DePaul, SIU, Portland, St. Paul, and UNLV. After the Lady Aggies return home, they take on their rivals, the New Mexico State Lobos, Wednesday, March 15th. And today's Play of the Day is brought to you by the last night's Wake Forest and Virginia Tech game. Enjoy.
I can tell you what, they've been enjoying their time in New York. Is that going to count? They're going to check it. It was a heave from about the free throw line at the other end. Danny Manning saying, let's go to the locker room, let the officials do their job.
And that's all I have for you for tonight for sports. Join us for more sports action next week. Still ahead on News 22, Andres will be back to look at your 5-day forecast. But first, get out your forks to celebrate the food's big day.
From the Civil War to jazz to baseball, no one tells the incredible stories of our country like Ken Burns. In our special tribute to this legendary filmmaker, you'll get a backstage look at how he makes American history come alive and hear from some of the amazing collaborators he's worked with through the years.
Join me, Tom Hanks, for our celebration of Ken Burns in Ken Burns, America's Storyteller.
Saturday at 7 p.m. on KRWG TV.
Welcome back. Let's take a look at our top stories. The Las Cruces International Film Festival continued today. Brandon Fraser's speech highlighted today's events. Latino Week is in full swing at NMSU. A conference on how to be successful is tonight at 7 at the Corbett Center. And yesterday was a day without women. Thousands came out across the nation in support.
The first day of spring is right around the corner, but the forecast for Thursday is cloudy with a chance of meatballs. That's because it's National Meatball Day. NationalDayCalendar.com listed ways to incorporate meatballs in your diet on this day. They include spaghetti and meatballs, Swedish meatballs, a meatball sub, meatball pizza, turkey meatballs, lamb meatballs, and porcupine meatballs, which are made with rice. It notes that some restaurants give a free side order of meatballs on this day.
Local support for a portion of today's programming is provided by Wells Fargo. Our support of Aggie students goes beyond just banking. By supporting NEWS22, we're giving back to the community. Wells Fargo. Together, we'll go far.
Hi, I'm Michael Newman, host of New Mexico True Television, a travel series showcasing all the amazing things to do in the land of enchantment.
Be sure to watch Saturday afternoons at 12:30 and Sunday nights at 10 on KRWG TV.
This is KRWG Las Cruces, serving the entire region thanks to your support. Become a member anytime at krwg.org.
Local telecast of Masterpiece is made possible with support from
Adventure Travel and Cruise Center presenting a Princess Cruise Alaska Group Tour, Denali Explorer Land and Sea Vacation, departing August 23, 2017. Information on booking at 575-521-1400.
Good Samaritan Society Las Cruces Village, providing senior housing, rehabilitation and nursing care, assisted living and home health services. Details online at good-sam.com.
I'm Glenn Cerny, joined by programmer Norma Vachot here at KRWG, and we're in the studios. And, Masterpiece has just been on an incredible roll. We go from Downton Abbey into Mercy Street and now Victoria.
That's right. We're in for a masterpiece night. We are going to be catching the season finale of Victoria, and not only that, but straight after the finale, we get to be joined by the season finale party from Victoria as well.
This programming is something that we're very, very proud of, and I'd like to point out that on the first episode of Victoria, it was 17% larger than the number of people that watched the first episode of Downton Abbey. So we have great expectations for this program, and I think you do too. But you say, well, I haven't caught the first couple of them. Well, let's talk about a very special opportunity for you to start getting Passport. And Passport is an online video service that would allow you to get all of the former programs of Victoria as well as Downton Abbey on your TV on demand.
That's right. Not only can you catch a season finale, but you can binge watch the whole season before we even air the season finale as well. It's viewer support like yours that is able to bring us Victoria on Masterpiece, Call of the Midwife that's going to be coming up in the next few months, or Inspector Lewis. It's support like that that is valuable to our station and something that we appreciate and also never forget as well.
I certainly hope that you'll enjoy this program of Victoria, and take a moment to call 646-2075 or 888-922-5794 and online. And if you're interested in Passport, that's a $60 membership to KRWG, and we'll be able to get you the password and everything you need to enjoy all the great Masterpiece whenever you want. Enjoy the program.
Hello, I'm Paula Kerger, president of PBS. Like many of you, I've been engrossed in Victoria on Masterpiece. I love seeing the young queen transform into the most powerful woman in the world and navigate the political intrigues of the court, while we witness the courtship between Victoria and a young Prince Albert. I cannot wait to see how it all unfolds in just a few moments. This kind of exceptional drama is made possible because of the financial support of viewers like you. Please stay with us after the program for our Victoria after party. It will be so much fun. And now, the season finale of Victoria on Masterpiece.
This is Masterpiece.
My dear niece.
Previously on Victoria.
Start a family your subjects can be proud of.
We've been replaced.
I have to admit I'm rather drawn to Peel.
My first loyalty is to the British throne.
I wanted to tell you that I will be going back to Coburg shortly.
You will be back soon. A christening, perhaps.
I think of you in the palace, and I think that should have been my life.
This, Trina. This is your affair of state. Victoria, the season finale, tonight on Masterpiece. National funding for Masterpiece is provided by
Viking Cruises, proud sponsor of Masterpiece.
At Farmers, we've seen almost everything, even a truck-sickle.
How you doing?
It saves us some drilling. And we covered it February 14th, 2015. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Additional funding is provided by the Masterpiece Trust. Major support is provided by Donald and Darlene Shiley.
The great dramas of Masterpiece linger long after the final scene. That's why I support it.
Support is also provided by Conrad Prebus and Debbie Turner, and by the following. And by viewers like you. Thank you.